Okay, hi, good day everyone. So today we'll be doing May, June 2021 number 5, right? And number 5 is usually statistics questions. So let's go right into it. 100 students were surveyed on the amount of money they spent on data for their cell phones during a week. The table shows the results as well as the midpoint of each class interval, right? So using the table, determine the modal class of amount money spent. So the modal means the most amount of money that was spent. If we look at the number of students, 7, 11, 31, 29, and 22, we know that the most number of students would be 31. So the most popular amount of money spent would be the amount of money spent for the 31 students, which would be 70 x 80, which just means that x is more than 70 but less than or equal to 80, and that would be your answer for this first part here. Then they said calculate an estimate of the mean amount of money spent for your answer, giving correct to 2 decimal places. So we know that when they ask you for mean, it is also known as average, and the formula for that is the summation of f of x divided by the summation of f, right? And if we look at this table, they do give us the f, right? And f of x would be, this is our next part you have to add in, f multiplied by x. So this is the summation of f. When you add up all these, it's going to give you 100. So that means 7 plus 11 plus 31 plus 29 plus 22 would give you 100. You just use a calculator and that would tell you how much. And then we're going to look at f of x. Now, f of x just means we're multiplying f by x, right? So we're going to multiply 7 by 55, that is 385. Then 11 by 65 is 715. Then 31 by 75 is 2,325. Let's make this a little bit smaller. This pen a little bit thick, right? Then 29 by 85 is 2,465. And then we have 22 by 95 is 2,090. So these are all my f of x values, and we know that it is the summation of f of x, means we're adding up all our f of x values. When we add all of this up, that means 385 plus 715 plus 2,325 plus 2,465 plus 2,090, you're going to get 7,980. So when you add all of this up, you're going to get this, and then when you add up all of f, you're going to get 100. So our mean or average is going to be the summation of f of x, which was 7,980, divided by the summation of f is 100, right? And when we divide this, you're going to get, when you divide 7,980 divided by 100, you're going to get 79.80. They said to 2 decimal places, so you're going to add that 0. So this is the 2 dp, and that is your answer for this question. So part 2 says Damon reports that the median amount spent is 84. Briefly explain why Damon's report could be correct, right? So first off, we know that the median. Now, the formula for median, when they give you a range like that, your median is equal to n plus 1 all divided by 2. We know n is the total number, which is 100 plus 1 divided by 2 is equal to 50.5. Now, we are going to look at 50.5. So what you're going to do, you're going to add students. So you're going to say 7 plus 11 first. that is, you get an 18, that is less than 50. Then you're going to add 31, which is 49. So your 50th person or your 50.5% will not be in this range, right? Then you're going to add 29 to it. So you know that when your range for your 50.5% is within this 80, between 80 to 90, right? So that is how you find out where 50.5 lies. So again, let's do that again. We're adding 7 plus 11, which is 18. 18 is less than 50, so it would not be in this range here, which is 50, between 50 and 60 or 60 and 70. Then you add 11 plus 31. 11 plus 18 plus 31 is 49. 49 is less than 50.5, so it does not lie in this range between 70 and 80. Then you're going to add 29, right? So you have 78. So your 50th person will lie within this range of 80 to 90, right? Because this here, when you add all these three numbers, you get 49, right? This is 49th, and then this one is 78. So this is 49th and this is 78. So 50.5 lie between, it does not lie between 70 to 80, but it lies between, your amount spent would be 80 to 90, right? So then we're going to write that statement that your 50.5 lies between 80 to 90, and $84 is found in that range. 80 to 90. Damien is correct. So first off, we're going to find the median. Then when we find the median, you find out where that 50.5 lies, and it lies between the amount 80 to 90, and $84 is found between 80 and 90, so therefore Damon is correct. Right, and that is how you do part 2. Part B, the two-way contingency table below gives the information on the mode of transport to school for 100 students. So we know the total is 100, right? Complete the table by inserting the missing values. So when we talk about boys, right, we have 15 walk, we don't know what is cycle, 14 drive, and the total would be 48 in boys. So what we are going to do here is we are going to say 48 minus 15 plus 14, which would give you 19% cycle. So 15 walk, 14 drive, and the rest cycled. And if we know the total is 48, you just add the 2 and you minus it from 48. Right, girls? We don't know that, but we do know that the total walk is 23. So if 15 boys walk, all right, so 15 plus the number of girls would give you 23. So the number of girls could be 23 plus 15, minus 15. Minus 15. When you subtract these two, you are going to get 8. So we know 8 girls walk, right? And by doing that, we can find the total number of girls. 8 plus 18 plus 26. That's one way. When you add them all up, you are going to get 53. Right? Let's just 52, sorry. 52. Right? Or you could have just said 100 minus 48 is equals to 52. That's the two ways that you could have done it. Guys, give me more. Okay, good. And then we could find out that the total cycling would be the number of boys and girls, which is 19 plus 18, which is equal to 37. Now, there's not only one way to do this. There are several ways, because if we found out, well, for cycling, that's easy. For girls, you could have said, no, this is the way, 8, and then for your total, you just either say 100 minus 48, because girls would be remaining. If there's 48 boys, and when you add up girls and boys, you get 100. You could have subtracted 2 and get 52. Or you could have added up all the girls, which is 8 plus 18 plus 26, which is also 52. For cycling, all you could have done is add the number of boys as well as the, for cycling, for the number of girls for cycling. Or you could have said that walking plus cycling plus driving is equals to 100. We know walking and driving is 40 plus 23. 40 plus 23 is equals to 63, and you just say 60 minus 63. 100 minus 63 is 37. That's the next way to do it. Right, so these are your different, this is how you would complete this table. Right, that is 2 marks. And then they ask, the second part is student selected at random. Which is the probability that he or she was driving, has been driven to school on that day? We know that probability is equal to your desired divided by a total. Because it is TOTL, because it is both boys and girls, you know that your total is 100, and the desired to be driven, the total for driven is 40, so it would be 40 divided by 100. 40 divided by 100, you can say is 0.4 or 40%, or whatever fraction 40 over 100 is 2/5. So if you put 2/5, or if you put 0.4, or if you put 40%, all of them would be correct, whichever one you want to put. Right? And then it said on the scale, one of the girls, so we're talking about girls, not girls and boys, is selected at random. So the total for girls, let's write that down. The total for girls, according to this, the total number of girls is equal to 52. What is the probability that she did not cycle to school? So that means everything other than cycling. So that would be for boys, for girls, sorry, would be 8 plus 26. So not cycled, not CYCLED, not cycled would be 8 plus 26, which is equal to 34. Remember, we're talking about girls, we're not looking at the boys section. So probability is equal desired, which is not cycled, all over your total. So your desired is 34, that is 34 girls did not cycle, all divided by 52. And when you divide this, you're going to get somewhere when you put, if you put in your calculator 34 divided by 52, you're going to get 0.6538468. You don't want a long decimal like that, so leave it as a fraction, which is 17 over 26. So my answer for part 2 is 17 over 26, and that is how I would do May-June 2021 number 5.